All right, welcome back to another edition of the Spotter Stand. There was a blast from the past for you guys. I bet you some of you guys, I don't know if you guys remember that race or not, but that was the hangover race from 2018. A lot of cars in that race, a lot of action, a lot of accidents, as you could see. I thought that was a great video. Put it in on the intro. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Once again, in the booth with us tonight, BSR Hot Rod, BSR Pockets. We've got Eddie D in the booth, Eli 114, and Rugrat joining us tonight. How's everybody doing?
Good. What's up, everybody?
Doing good, Texan.
It's been another great week of racing. We had some dirt racing on Wednesday night this last week, and we raced New Hampshire in the Cup and the Xfinity Series. About the only three races we've got to update you guys on and let you know where we're going to be headed this coming week. We're going to be racing tomorrow, I believe tomorrow. First race of the chase for the trucks. Is that correct, Larry?
Yes, Pocono, first race of the chase in the trucks.
So let's get on to Wednesday night. Wednesday night Dirt Track Championship Series sponsored by WLS Graphics. Wednesday night we ran at Accord, and Wednesday night's winner was BSR Furco in that number 19 machine. Furco bringing home the victory in the dirt on Wednesday night at Accord. Great job, Furco. We actually had a pretty good turnout for that race. That might have been our best turnout of the week. I know a lot of drivers don't really care that much for New Hampshire. Those turnouts were a little low Wednesday and Thursday, but we had pretty decent amount of drivers on Wednesday night for that dirt race. Let's take a look at the race results from Wednesday night's race.
Yes, Furco with a great win. Pulls it off in the last lap, I believe it was. Mayhem was second. He led the most laps with a stellar run. Eli third. Bubba J fourth. And Scar rounds out the top five.
Furco man with the win. Furco, old dirt racer from way back, so that's no surprise. Good job, Furco. Everybody else, Mayhem, Eli, Bubba J, Scar, top five.
Yeah, I think that's Furco's first win on the dirt with you guys.
Well, he led several
Believe
laps
so.
as well, so he did a great job on Wednesday
They,
night.
they should call that track an accordion because it's either strung out or smunched together.
That is a small, tight track. It's tough to get things going there when everybody's bunched together. It's hard to keep the cars off of one another.
Yes, but it's a great racing track. If guys are just a little bit patient on the restart and you get a lap or two in, that track has some of the best side by side racing there is in this game.
Because the setup's really good for it.
Let's take a look at the standings as they are right now in the Dirt Series. Eli still holding on to that top spot with a 9-point lead over Hot Rod. Myself in third place, down by 24. Rugrat up there in fourth place, down by 40. And Pockets rounding out the top five, down by 66. Great job, Rugrat. Fourth place, holding firm in the top five. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Texas.
He is doing a great job.
Yeah, we had that fun run on Saturday night. I thought her and Eddie D and Gear and all of them did a phenomenal job.
Absolutely. Sure did. Making some racers. Brand new to the game. That's pretty, I'm pretty excited about that. We're bringing people back to NASCAR racing 2003, and as far as I know, very few, if anybody's actually pulling that off. So our little trucking thing over there is actually benefiting the racing deal, just like we said it would, Larry.
That's correct.
I see Palmion out there in the chat. It's my fault, and it is my fault that we were late this evening. I had a customer in wanting a set of tires 30 minutes before close, and You know, I
Killer just couldn't say no.
I put the ticket back there. The technicians didn't like it, and but got to do what we got to do. So yeah, it definitely was my fault. I couldn't ask her to come back tomorrow, and I went ahead and put it back there, and we did it tonight. So
We know why now. It was a her. That's why. That's why.
But remember, Texan, that customer will come back next time.
that's right.
Absolutely will.
She definitely
That's
appreciated
right.
it.
Well, and if closing time is 8 and somebody walks in before closing time and wants tires, and you're in the tire business, that's what you do. You sell them some tires. It's that simple.
Yeah,
Just that simple.
I see. We've got a couple of guests here.
Oh,
Looks like Palmian and Furco both joined us
look at
here at
there's
the same time.
the old dirt track winner right there himself.
Great job on that win, Furco.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's always fun.
Yeah, Mr. Furco's no stranger to the dirt, even though that be his first win, I believe, over here in our dirt series.
I can't hardly believe that. Is that true? I think y'all must that. Furco, that can't be true.
Follow up, runner up, baby.
There you go.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I was pretty sure that was when Eli said it. I thought back, and I was pretty sure that was his first win. He's been close, like you, Buck. At least it wasn't like you wouldn't want to have it taken away.
Look at that replay, man. With 5 to go, I roughed up damn Mayhem.
Yeah, that's okay. He kind of stuck me in the wall trying to keep in second too, but it's all good. Oh,
That happens in dirt. You know what we say about dirt? There ain't no crying in dirt.
Right, it just makes mud.
Isn't that what we say? Ain't no crying in dirt.
It makes it slicker.
Well, speaking of mayhem, I've got a little something here I know he would be interested in. Since we are heading into the chase in the truck series this coming up week, I did manage to finish off the bonus points for the truck series. So I've got our bonus points here ready to go, and we're going to take a look at those right now. These are the points as they stand for the truck series heading into the chase. So I did add the segment top 5 finishers and their bonus points in there. And as you can see over in that totals box, if you look up there, number 4 BSR Mayhem has got 25 bonus points.
That's a lead, baby.
Yeah, he has managed to amass a pretty good amount here. He's got his name in almost every one of these boxes. With the exception of the Daytona top 5, I think he is in every other box. So he's definitely amassed some bonus points. He's got a 6-point lead over second place. Looks like that's me in second with 19. And there are several drivers in here. I see one, who's that? Pockets has got 18, 7-point lead over third place. And if you look at drivers that only got bonus points for, say, their allotted amount of races, there were 13 races in the segment. So if like, say, we'll take Furco there, for instance, in the 19. You see him sitting there at 13 points, along with Steve Looney at 13 points. Those drivers, you don't see their name in any of these other boxes, haven't managed to get any other bonus points throughout the season, but they got their 13 for making the allotted amount of races. So if you didn't get any other bonus points, you go into the chase, looks like 12 points back, which really isn't terrible. And considering it is 10 races, 12 points can be made or lost in one race. So he does have a bit of a lead, got a little bit of advantage, but he's still going to have to work for it. He's got 10 races to go, and we'll see. We'll see what Mayhem can do if he can hold on to the lead after Pocono and be in the lead. So basically, once we finish Pocono, whatever the point standings are, your bonus points will be added to your points from Pocono. And from there, we just go on with each race. So that's how it's going to work. Whatever you've got in this totals box over here, at the end of the Pocono race, that number is going to be added to your points from Pocono. And then we'll have 9 races to go to see who's going to be the champion.
Ah, so that means I'm only 10 points out this year.
Yeah, that's not bad. 10 points, 10 races.
Yeah, last
So
year.
basically, it's going to boil down to Mayhem's ahead of you and I by what, 6, 7 points going into the first race of the chase?
Yep, first race of the chase, he's 6 points on me, 7 points on you. And then you've
10
got
on me.
Momo right there at 17, down by 8 points, and several drivers in there with 16. I see Wings, SS Joba, Hot Rod, several drivers in there with 16 points. So
that's going to be. I mean, that's easily could change in the first race. So,
oh yeah, and
that's
if you're a shifter at Pocono, which a lot of people are, myself I am. I do shift. I change gears. I change. I change it.
That's the gear breaking track right there.
That's right. You can easily break a gear, and you break a gear that might change your entire race. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Tomorrow night will be the first race of the truck chase at Pocono. So hopefully we'll get a good turnout there, and we'll get that chase underway. So let's go on and move on to Thursday night. Thursday night Cup Series ran at New Hampshire. Flat track, tough track. A lot of drivers, I guess, just don't really care for New Hampshire. But I can tell you one.
no, they don't.
No,
I tell you, they don't. They never have.
That's like Iowa for pockets. Yeah. I'll tell you one driver who had a good race though, and that is Mayhem. And that number 4 5150 machine took home the victory in the Cup Series at New Hampshire. He had a great car. Had a great race. I know it was a battle up there between myself, Mayhem, and Momo for most of that race. And Mayhem comes out on top with the victory. So great job, Mayhem. I believe he said this was his first Cup win. And yeah, he was right. That this was his very first win in the season for the Cup. So we're about what, 6 races into segment 2, 7 races into segment 2, almost halfway through segment 2, and Mayhem just getting his first win.
We are halfway through segment 2, more than half. Well, that's like the cut in the middle right there, that race was. So, yeah, that was halfway in segment 2.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the race results from the Cup Series at New Hampshire.
Mayhem with a dominating win. Led 67 laps. Kilo at 30 laps. Led finishes second. Steve Looney third. Pockets fourth. And Momo leading 16. Rounds out the top 5.
And look at that. Every single driver in that race managed to lead at least one lap.
That's right. And I don't think there may be 1 or 2 guys with caution laps led, but most of them were all green flag laps led. Because mine was, I only led 1, but mine was on a green flag run, on a long run. I stayed out and led a lap on green run.
Let's go take a look at the standings here in the Cup Series, about halfway through segment 2. I still hold the lead. Looks like a pretty good lead over second place. Pockets in second, down by 39. Mayhem holding on to third, down by 47. Hot Rod in fourth, down by 58. And Momo rounding out the top 5, down by 75. Boy, I didn't do much in segment 1, but it seems segment 2, these are my tracks. These are the tracks that I seem to do well at.
You know, and that's going to change when we come to the chase. I mean, there's going to be some bonus points, and everybody's going to be able to count their bonus points and everything like that. But it's kind of a shame that you've got that big of a lead, and then when we get to the chase, it's going to be,
it's all going to go away.
Yeah, but that's the way the segment goes. I mean, the segment, you still got to perform as well as you can, and being in the top of the leader in the segment pays an extra bonus point. So that's that extra bonus point or 2 bonus points that we always talk about that could be crucial at the end of the season when we get to Homestead. So there is that.
And there are a couple of tracks in this Cup Chase that just really are not good tracks for me. I'm not sure, but I believe Darlington is still in the Cup Chase. Um, and Dover, I know, is in the Cup Chase too.
Yes, I know for sure Dover is in the Cup chase.
Yeah, Dover for some reason in the Cup, I'm either just too tight or too loose. You know, if that track for me, my setup seems to get looser as the run goes on, and I know that I have a real hard time finishing a fuel run. Most of the time, I'll have to pit 10 to 12 laps early. Just because my car gets so loose, I can't drive it anymore, and it's either that or tighten it up to the point where it's much slower. So yeah, Dover not one of my best tracks. I'm not. That's one that I'll have to be doing some making up for at some other tracks.
Dover and Darlington, that's 2 of the toughest there is on the circuit right there. Is Darlington like the first one or something?
It was last year. I think Darlington was the first race of the chase. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
but I don't think it is this year because it's in segment 2, and I don't think we run it twice.
So I might get lucky.
It's in this segment
Because this is isn't it like on the holiday weekend or something always?
It's
Labor
August.
Day?
No, it's August 30th this year. I believe the holiday weekend is the 5th, which is Indianapolis.
Oh, so they did change it up a little bit. I got you.
Because that race is actually, I'm pretty sure the Indianapolis race is the holiday weekend. But I could be wrong. It may be the Darlington. Let me go check the calendar.
While he's looking at the calendar, let's take a look at the bonus points here in the Cup Series. Mayhem bringing home his first victory, moving into the winter race box over there, joining Victory Lane Club for the Cup Series. And over here in the totals box, that puts Mayhem up to 17 bonus points total. Looks like I still hold the lead in the bonus point section here in the Cups with 23. Momo, not too far behind me though there. He's only 2 points back with 21 bonus points. So Momo kicking some ass this year in the Cup Series. I see you out there in the chat, Momo. Looks like you're doing a great job. You're going to be right there, damn near tied by the time we go into the chase.
Okay, it's official. Darlington is the Labor Day weekend.
So it is it in the segment or is it the chase?
It's in the segment. It's August 30th. Labor Day weekend is the first Monday, 2nd is the holiday of September. Indianapolis is the week after that.
So that'll be the Thursday before the holiday, right?
Yes, it'll be the Thursday before the holiday weekend. That is correct. And Indianapolis will be the Thursday after the holiday weekend, which will be the last race of the segment.
And 4.
That's a track I'm not looking forward to going to, I'll tell you that.
All right, well, let's go take a look at Friday night. Friday night Xfinity Series also ran at New Hampshire. And on Friday night, there was pretty much no challenge until the very end of the race. We did have, we had a lot of green flag runs on Friday night, and we did end up with a fairly late race caution. I believe it was around 20 laps or so, race to the end, and
that was the only caution of that race.
Yeah, and for most of the race, the winner BSR Momo in that number 54 car, he drove away from the rest of the field. Momo had about a 15-second lead on second place for most of that race. So Momo did not want to see that late race caution. It did come out and caught the rest of the field back up, but Momo still managed to lead the whole rest of that race. I put the pressure on him there. I made him. He was able to take it easy most of that race with that big giant lead that he had. But I was right there on his tail. Mayhem was right there on my tail, and I believe Pockets was right there as well.
Not Mayhem. Mayhem didn't run Friday night.
Oh,
It was
what's
Furco.
Furco, yeah, it was Furco.
Yeah, because Furco put a charge on at the end. We thought he was going to get old Momo.
That's right. Furco passed me and went up, put the pressure on Momo, and was literally right on his bumper for the last couple of laps. And yeah, Momo had the pressure put on him at the end. That's for sure. He was mirror driving, but he managed to hold his line. Didn't drive it in too deep. Was able to keep it in there and grab the win. Man, that was a great race on Friday night. It might have been a little boring for the first three quarters, first 80% of the race, but that last bit, man, there was a lot of good racing, a lot of action. It was fun. It was a great race.
You can't tell by the standings, but old Mr. Pockets had a pretty stellar car. He ended up leading the second most laps with 14.
Yeah, I was seeing Pockets in my mirror a lot on Friday night. I was noticing, Pockets was right there within a second of me most of that race. Let's take a look here at the race results from Friday night's New Hampshire race.
That's Momo with the outstanding win. Furco second, Texan third, Pockets fourth, and Hot Rod rounds out the top five.
And Gear
Gear on his very first asphalt race. I don't remember what happened. He got a bunch of laps down, and I think he got frustrated and retired.
Well, that is a very difficult track.
Yes, absolutely. But he did a phenomenal job. I mean, absolutely. For the track he came out on his first race, oh, wow, that was a great race for him.
I hope he doesn't let that discourage him from the asphalt because, that's a tough track to get a handle on. It takes a lot of seat time to figure out how to drive that and, be fast there and stay on the lead lap even. So, the other tracks, I think he'll have a lot better experience when he gets some of these other tracks. Even Pocono. Pocono's a little bit different from most of the tracks that we run, but I think he'll be able to get a handle on that track a lot better than New Hampshire.
Yeah. The tricky part to Pocono. Most everybody runs a setup that you got to shift. That's about the toughest part to run in Pocono.
That and
is getting that shifting timing down. That's just hard to do sometimes.
And getting your rhythm in turn 3 in that last turn. You drive in too deep and it's loose, and that can be a little difficult. But other than that, it's a pretty decent track.
I still can't figure out turn 3 of Pocono. It just absolutely kills me.
So Pocono, all 3 series this week, Truck, Cup, and Xfinity.
I'm not sure if Xfinity. I know it's Truck and the Cup for sure. No, Xfinity is at Iowa, baby. Oh yeah.
Pockets. You hear that?
I hear it.
And also, this week on Saturday, we will be running the second Daytona race that was missed a couple of weeks ago on Friday night. So that race will be run this coming Saturday in place of where we would normally run the team series. So we're going to have an Xfinity race at Iowa on Friday night. And then on Saturday night, we're going to have another Xfinity race. Will be the Daytona makeup race for the Xfinity series. So you guys keep that in mind. Saturday night, instead of the team series, that is going to be a points race for the Xfinity series.
Speaking of points, that's a bonus point event also, is it not?
Yes, it is.
That's some big bonus points right
Points,
there.
yes.
So,
3 to the winner, 2 to second, and 1 for the rest of the top 5.
yep, yep,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah, so you guys are going to want to
That's
turn out for that. We'll be mentioning that throughout the week, throughout the other races, that we'll be reminding everybody that's going to be rerun this coming up Saturday night. So bonus points on the line. One of your last chances to get some good bonus points before we head into the chase in the Xfinity Series. Speaking of bonus points, let's take a look at the Xfinity bonus points as they stand right now. And where did they go?
I don't know.
That
Good
wasn't
question.
Xfinity. That should have truck bonus points up right there. Cup bonus points. We already looked at the cup bonus points, didn't we?
I don't know, did we? I
No.
know we did the truck.
I think what I had up there that I just closed was actually the. I had the wrong standings up there, and I think I had the right finishing order. But these are the standings for the Xfinity Series. My apologies. I forgot to close one of the windows when I was going through the layers here. So this is how the standings currently run for the second segment of the Xfinity Series. I currently hold the lead with Momo in second, down by 6. Pockets in third, down by 24. Hot Rod in fourth, down by 31. And Furco rounding out the top 5, down by 98.
Yep, I'm trying to chase down that old Pockets. I'm trying. Iowa. Oh, I'll be able to make up some points in Iowa, baby. You know what's great about Iowa, right?
nothing is great about it.
When we ran there the last time, I had the best long run car, and yeah, I'm excited to be going to Iowa, baby.
Glad someone is.
So now we can take a look here at the bonus points for the Xfinity Series. It was Momo with the victory. That moves him up to 3 wins in this series so far. A couple of us there at 3. Looks like Mayhem got 2 wins in this series. And you can see down there in that bottom left, that second Daytona top 5 box with those bonus points empty at the moment. That's the race going to be rerun on Friday. We'll be filling that box up. Rerun on Saturday, excuse me. We'll be filling that box up and giving those bonus points away Saturday night. Currently, with the victory, it looks like Momo has moved up to 18 bonus points total, tied for the lead. Looks like Momo and myself both with 18 bonus points in this Xfinity Series. And where is Pockets? Pockets number 38. There's Pockets also 18 bonus points. So look at
Three-way
that.
tie.
3-way tie for the lead currently. And somebody is going to get 3 bonus points at Daytona. Somebody's going to get 2, and a few other drivers are going to get 1. So we are going to have some doubled up bonus points this coming up week. Iowa, somebody's going to get a victory. They'll get a bonus point for that. And Daytona, there's going to be some extra bonus points handed out there. So I doubt we're going to have a 3-way tie at the end of this week. Somebody else is going to move up and take over the lead of the bonus points in this series. Quite a few other drivers not too far behind. SS is right there at 16 bonus points, so he's not far off of that lead. I see Steve Looney sitting in there at 14 bonus points. He's not too far off of it either. Looks like it's going to be really close in this Xfinity Series. We're also about halfway through the second segment in this Xfinity Series as well. So once we get past Daytona, only bonus points left to hand out are going to be the segment 2 bonus points and the full season top 5 bonus points before we head into the chase.
Yes, and this one, even without the makeup race, we are past halfway. So there's that.
Yeah, I see Momo out there in the chat talking about second in a row on Friday, and he's absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, I think, well, no, that's not right. I was going to say Mayhem, that was his second in a row on Thursday, but I believe he won Wednesday the week before. and then Thursday this week. So Momo and Mayhem both bringing home victories back to back. Momo, two in the same series here. Two in a row on Friday night. We'll be coming up to Iowa, Momo, so see if you can make it three in a row this week at Iowa. And if you can manage to bring home the win at Daytona as well, which we all know you're a great super speedway racer. You did, you're one of those guys that's there regularly on Saturday night running the team series. You're right up there with SS. A great super speedway driver. You could make it four in a row, two in the same week. So we're coming up with two more this week. We'll see. We'll see what you got.
I wouldn't say he was a regular. He does race on Saturday night.
Yeah, because slow-mo pops in once in a while.
Slow-mo stands between him and his race car
Yeah.
every once in a while. So
this past Saturday we just had a fun run. Got everybody in there. Had a little bit of a fun run, a short 30% race. Had a little bit of fun at the super speedway. This coming Saturday will be for points in the Xfinity Series. And
yes, but with that said, I want to throw it out there. The new guys that were in, Eddie D, Rugrat, Gear, I'm missing somebody. Who else? Pockets. I know we had more than just them 2, 3. But anyway, they all...
Chris Chaos and...
No, he wasn't in with us on Saturday.
Okay.
But they did a phenomenal job on Saturday. Hope to see them all back out again.
Say Rugrat?
Yep, Rugrat.
And for all of you guys out there,
Saturday night team race
that may not have something for Pocono, I'm sure everybody's got some kind of a setup for Pocono, but I will be right after the spotter stand is over tonight. I'm going to go ahead and put my cup and truck setup into the file browser. So anybody that wants my setup, it'll be available in the file browser for you to try. It'll be there this evening. Definitely will be there before you go into the server tomorrow night. So if you need something, want something, I'm going to make that available to everybody who wants to give it a shot. So especially some of you new guys that haven't necessarily been on the track a whole lot. My setup will be in there, and any of these other guys will be glad to share any setup with you.
Killa, your Wednesday night setup is a shift setup, right? Where do you ship that?
Wednesday night
I can explain to these guys when they're in there because they'll be asking.
Wednesday night is actually a little bit different, I believe, than Thursday night. I believe the Wednesday night setup.
You only ship turn 3?
Normally, that's what I do at Pocono. Actually, normally I shift in turn 2. Wednesday night may be set up that way. You'll just have to check your RPMs. Normally, what I do is I shift to third in turn 2. And I just leave it in third gear all the way down that next little straightaway, all the way through turn 3, and I don't shift back into fourth until
the front stretch.
Right, till the front stretch.
Okay.
And
so that's basically how you run your cup setup too. So
yeah, I know that's exactly how I run my cup setup. The truck, I may wait until turn
I thought
3.
you were only shipped in 3 with the truck setup, but okay.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I think I may only shift in 3 with the truck setup because it is a little different. The RPMs are different, and I believe that's the way I have it set up. But I know for sure in the cup, definitely I shift in 2, leave it in third all the way until the front stretch. Also, another little tip, I know some guys shift in turn 1, some don't. I do not shift in turn 1 for at least the first half of the fuel run. Now, once you got some wear on the tires, then I will start shifting into third in turn 1 because once you got the wear on the tires, it's that little bit just shifting will help you get the car woed up and get down to the bottom and make it around the corner a little bit better. Leaving it in fourth gear, once the tires are worn, it just seems to want to push through the middle of that turn, and it seems hard to get a good run off the corner. But if you shift with those worn tires, it really does seem to help get it right down to the bottom, get it wound down so you can get back in the gas a little bit sooner. Shifting early, it doesn't seem to really help. It just slows you down, I think. As long as you've got good tires and you can get it wound down in the middle of that corner, just stay in fourth gear for turn one. But like I said, once the tires start to wear a little bit, use that third gear in turn one as well, and that'll help you. That'll help you just get the car slowed down that extra mile an hour just a little bit quicker and stay on the bottom of the track.
I know that like Eddie will be out probably turning some laps. Rugrat might be out turning some laps. That way I can tell them if they download your set kind of how you run it. So
yeah, like I said, turn three is going to be the worst. You know, you guys know I run the set a little bit loose, but I don't like to be out of control loose. So turn three, you just got to get that braking point right. Once you got that down, if you run in there too fast, it's going to get loose and want to go sideways on you. If you run in there too slow, it's going to really suck you down, and you might hit the apron or that little bump there on the apron. Yeah,
which will really turn you around.
Absolutely. So you got to get the braking point just right going down into turn three. But once you've got that figured out, you know, it's pretty good. And sometimes you can't just get right back on the gas. You know, you want to just floor it and step back in the gas and haul ass off the corner. But sometimes you got to feather it. You know, you get back in the gas. If it starts feeling a little bit loose, you just feather it a little bit. You know, just on and off and until you can get all the way back in it. You know, it's better to do that than to be trying to save a loose race car, because that's just going to slow you down even more. So turn three is going to be the tough spot on that track.
Always is.
And so I do have to close again tomorrow. Hopefully you guys won't have to wait on me to start.
Hopefully it won't be as late as you were tonight.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because if I'm as late as I was tonight, I imagine I'll be starting laps down.
Hey, you know what they say about hope, right?
Hope in one hand.
That's it. That's the one. Yes.
And do something in the other.
Yes. That'd be it.
But we will. Everybody will be willing to wait. We always do. That's no problem. We know you got to work for a living, and sometimes work keeps you. So everybody's pretty understanding about that. At least I am. I ain't got nothing better to do. So good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum now. We're getting up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning gets tough. just saying.
Well, that's about all we got for you guys this week. I've changed the video on the exit as well. I've just put in that BSR quick clip video that I've got. So it's a little bit something different. And we appreciate everybody who tuned in out there, watched live. And hopefully all of you guys are going to show up tomorrow night for Pocono. Again, first race of the chase in the truck series. So we'll see you guys on the track tomorrow night.
See ya.
See you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.